It's Friday the 13th and Bitcoin is trading at $58,000. I want to share with you what I think is happening, so a latest market update, as well as what we could potentially expect from the Fed rate decision, which is happening on the 18th, so next week, Wednesday. All eyes are watching that as there's expectation of a rate cut and what that could mean. And then I want to share with you also an open long trade that we have in Bitcoin that I shared in VIP. So let's dive straight into the charts and let me break this down for you to help you make more money. All right, so this is the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin. $58,170 is where we're currently trading. And as you can see, this peak over here, right over here, was the peak in March 2024. The most recent all-time high, just about $74,000, which means that we have been trading sideways, basically in a corrective chop mode for the last, say, almost 5 months now at this point, which has been very, very frustrating for people who are trying to force trades on here. You can see it's just chop, 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 up and down. And sure, you can find trades in all this chop. It is completely possible in lower time frames, technical trades, if you know what you're doing. But for the most part, it has been very difficult conditions to trade compared to when the market is trending, when it moves either in one direction going up for multiple weeks or multiple months, or the inverse too. If it's trending down and it's trending weekly or monthly down for many months on end, it's also much easier to find positions and entries for your longs or for your shorts. These current market conditions have been difficult, but I think we're getting close to an end of it because we are almost in October, or Uptober, as many people like to call it, because historically October and November are the most bullish months for crypto, and I think this correction is coming to an end and we are looking for continuation of the bullish trend to the upside, and I think we could very possibly see still new all-time highs, 74,000, before the end of the year. Now, by the way, if you are looking to trade cryptocurrency with futures or with leverage, currently one of my favorite exchanges is Blofin Exchange. They're relatively new. They launched in 2023. In fact, I actually did a complete review about them. I will link to it up here or down in the channel below if you want to see more about that. Currently, Blofin is doing a big promotion for my audience only for a limited time until September 18th, which, as you can see on the chart in front of you here, it gives you a nice amount of bonus options if you use my link to create an account, or if you've already created an account through my link in the past. This bonus is still valid, which means it's basically free money. If you trade anyways, you can get the trading volume bonus as it's shown on the screen, but also new deposit bonus. So any deposits, if you deposit 500, you can get $25 bonus. If you deposit 10,000, you get $500 bonus. If you deposit 100K, if you're a whale, you can get $3,000 bonus. And money is money, especially when it's free. So if you want to take advantage of that, click the link in the description down below. The details will all be there. So in the midst of all this chop on this chart, there was actually a very nice trade, which I shared in VIP. So this is the trade that's currently open. You can see it is running in a profit almost 1R or 1%, meaning that we risk 1R, which is 1% of the trading account. If it's a $10,000 trading account, 1R, 1% is $100 risk. So we're almost at $100, almost a 1-to-1 profit at this point in time. You can see here, just to prove that, here on the 6th of September, I shared this trade idea when it was right at that entry. You can see BTC long as per the trade idea. Don't really know if it will play out. As always, just being honest and straightforward. If it drops, it could go sub 50K, but if it holds, it could bounce hard. And as we're seeing right now, we've gotten the bounce. Now, what we need to clear at this point in time is this red line over here. You can see it's kind of struggling into this level, which gives us our market structure break, meaning that in this trend, let me get an arrow here and let me change the color a little bit. Let's make it purple. In this trend, right, on the shorter time frame, it's consistently making lower highs, which means it's in a bearish trend. Now, at this point here of the red line, this is making now a higher high, which means that the trend is changing technically from this bearish trend that it was in from 65 all the way down to 53. Now it's reversing here with the potential to continue higher, and that is of course the idea behind this trade, that the bottom is now in and that it's going to run all the way back up to the previous all-time high and maybe even beyond. And the reason for this trade, let me break this down for you, is number one, you can see from this low till this reaction high, I put the Fibonacci retracement tool on there, and you can see here perfectly on this drop into the Fibonacci golden pocket, which is 0.618 to 0.65% retracement. But I also like to use the 0.70% perfectly into this level and then a bounce. So what we had is number one, this Fibonacci tool retracement that we got over here, but also, as you can see here, this trend line, we bring up the RSI, and what you can see is that we had a bullish RSI divergence, right, where the price made a lower low, but the RSI made a higher low. This is a divergence between the two on a 4-hour time frame. It is often a very powerful indicator, and what that means in confluence, right? So we have not just the RSI divergence, but also the Fibonacci golden pocket, 0.70% over here. The two factors there together make it much more probable that we do have a potential reversal in play, and if we do, then it makes it a high probability trade. So that's where I entered the trade with a stop loss at the previous low, because if it continues below here, it's probably going a bunch lower. So that's my invalidation. And the target would be the previous all-time high. You can see here, these previous highs are all liquidity over here that I think the price will get to again, probably within the next couple of weeks. And that is the target. So you can see this trade setup is a 1 to 5 risk reward. If it goes to $80,000 over the coming, let's say months to be sure, but maybe weeks, if it does that, I'm risking 1 unit to make 5 units, 1% to make 5%. I'm risking $100 to make $500, or $1,000 to make $5,000, or $10,000 to make $50,000. That is how trading works. And what I want to show you here also is I have 3 other examples. So we got this bullish divergence over there. We also have it over here. Look what happened to the price after this bullish RSI divergence. You can see lower low on the price, higher low on the RSI, and the price went from 53,000 all the way to 70,000. That's a $17,000 move to the upside of this bullish RSI divergence. And then we have another time, you can see it doesn't happen that often. It happens once every couple of months because it is a higher time frame chart. It is a 4-hour chart. So when you see this divergence, often it is a very good indicator. It works in reverse too. When there's a bearish divergence, it usually rolls over. On the 4-hour chart, they are very important to pay attention to, and they're very helpful tools to help you make swing trade decisions, long or short. In this case, it was a long, where you have a high probability. It just gives more confluence to whatever other factors you're looking for. In this case, the Fib golden pocket. And here's another example where the price went from 56,000 all the way up to 71,000. So that's also a $15,000 move. So you can see we're going back all the way to March over here. So in the last 6 months, this happened 2 times previously and now another 3rd time. And this time over here, it was $16,000 or $15,000 to the upside. This time it was $17,000 to the upside. And so far from the level of 53, it's already a $5,000 move. But if this repeats again, we are probably looking at least another $10,000 move to the upside, which is 68,000 at this point, which makes maybe my target of 74 or maybe even beyond $80,000 in the next 2 months, which are the most bullish months in crypto, October and November, after a 5-month sideways correction and chop period. I think this is what I'd be looking for. Either way, this is how easy it can be to trade. You don't need to day trade every single day. You don't need to look on the 1-minute chart. You can. This works on all time frames. But this, the 4-hour chart, combined with these divergences that happen every few weeks or every few months, combined with some factors like Fibonacci golden pockets or retraces or liquidity sweeps or whatever you want to look at. All of these concepts, by the way, I teach inside my VIP membership, which at the moment is closed, but in future when I reopen, if you want to join, you want to learn more, that is the place where I can teach you all of this. But right now, even right here, what I just broke down for you, this is how you can trade. A couple trades a year based on bullish and bearish 4-hour RSI divergences in confluence with some other concepts like just a simple Fibonacci retracement. That can already be very, very profitable, and you don't need to go super high leverage. You calculate your maximum loss if the position gets stopped out, because nothing's ever 100% guaranteed, so you can never go all in with your trading account. Usually proper risk management means 1% risk per trade. Like I've said before, if you're trading with $10,000, you're risking $100 to make $500. But obviously, as the bigger you get in size, and that's why prop accounts are so good, because you can get funded with $100,000 or $400,000 or even $1 million, not your own money, for just a fraction of that cost, then you can trade with bigger size, and then the positions start to matter. Because if you're risking $10 to make $50, even if you're right, $50 isn't going to move the needle, right? But if you're making $5,000 or $10,000 or $50,000 profits, then you only need a couple trades a year, and it starts to get very, very significant, right? And that's why, imagine you have a $400,000 funded account. 5% on that is already 20K from one trade. That's the potential within proper risk management. So I'm not going to go into prop firms and stuff. I've made videos on my YouTube channel on that in the past. If you want to go check that out, you can go check on the channel itself. I wanted to break down this trade with you. And remember, if you want to trade crypto with leverage, with futures, currently Blofin is my preferred exchange, and they are offering a really good bonus deal here until the 18th. The link is in the description down below. Create an account with them through my link in the description, and you can be eligible for these deposits and these bonuses and the trading volume bonuses too. Currently, they are available in the US as far as I know, excluding New York and Chicago. But I think if you just go and sign up, create the account wherever you are from, when you go there, it'll tell you if for some reason you're not able to register, it'll tell you that. But other than that, it is available in the US, I believe in Canada also, in the UK. So a lot of other exchanges aren't yet offering this at this point in time. Blofin, I think, is still available in those jurisdictions. So the link will be in the description down below. Use my link, get the bonuses. Let's make some money together. Other than that, if you want to take anything away from these videos, use the 4-hour chart, use the RSI, and keep an eye out for these bullish and bearish divergences, because they are very often very helpful in helping you determine the reversals that are large moves. Remember here, all of these have so far played out. Number one, this was a $15,000 move to the upside after the divergence. This was a $17,000 move in Bitcoin after the divergence. And so far, this has been about a $5,000 move, and hopefully that is still going to result in more upside, maybe even as much as another $10,000 or $15,000 to the upside, taking us back to potentially all-time highs, hopefully within the next 2 months, in the most bullish months, October and November historically. So let's see what lies ahead. Smash the like button, follow my page, follow my channel for more updates, and I will see you in the next video.